The standard angle chart is a very important part of being able to evaluate trig functions. I'm going to show you now how to construct this chart. First thing you need to know are the angles. The standard angles in degrees are 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. The angles in radians are 0 radians, pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, and pi over 2. The second column are the sine evaluations. Label it sine of theta. Then you know that sine of 0 is 0. Write that in. You also know from the unit circle that sine of 90 or sine of pi over 2 is 1. So write that in. Then there's a memory trick. Now don't write yet. The memory trick is rad 1 over 2, rad 2 over 2, rad 3 over 2. And notice on 30, sine of 30, we don't write it as rad 1 over 2. We just write it in its simpler form, 1/2. But again, there's your memory trick. Rad 1 over 2, rad 2 over 2, rad 3 over 2. And then you get the endpoints from the unit circle. Once you know sine, you also know cosine of theta. Write that at the top of the next column. It's just the sine of theta column upside down. Therefore, cosine of 0 is 1. Cosine of pi over 6 or 30 is rad 3 over 2. See, I'm getting that from here. Then cosine of 45 is rad 2 over 2. Cosine of 60 is 1/2. And then cosine of pi over 2 is 0. See the correlation. To get tangent of theta, you need to know the fact that tangent of theta is equivalent to sine of theta over cosine of theta. Therefore, you can take the values from the previous two columns and construct tangent of theta. Let's construct tangent of 0. We take 0 over 1, and then you'd simplify that to 0. So tangent of 0 is 0. Then for 30 degrees, you take 1/2 divided by rad 3 over 2. Notice here I did keep change flip. Simplified and rationalized. Tangent of 30 degrees is rad 3 over 3. Tangent of 45, anything over itself, is 1. Again, using keep change flip for tangent of 60 degrees, it simplifies out to be rad 3. All right, watch what happens with tangent of 90 degrees. We're going to do 1 over 0, but because there's 0 in the denominator, this is really undefined. And then I'll put undefined there. Here are the examples that I went over in class. And then the thing to know is that once you have angles that are larger than 90 degrees, you're going to use reference angles, which we'll learn about. And that's except for the exceptions to the rule are 180 degrees and 270 degrees, which you'll get from the unit circle from the ordered pairs.